routine. Now we're not on pace. Then we're going to start over again.
You know, coaching basketball, it's probably the smallest part of my job. The biggest part is teaching these young people the things that I believe they're going to need in their life to achieve excellence.
Interviewing Mike, there was never a conversation about how much he's won. All of our conversation was around one thing, and that was process. It's not about winning the game, it's about the process of getting in a position to be able to win the game.
He's not just focused on basketball and wins and losses. He's focused on you growing as a person in all aspects of your life.
When you're coaching, you have 12, 15, 16 different players, and all of them learn differently, and figure out how this kid can learn best, and that's how you have to approach it. The most important thing about coaching is that these kids understand that you have their best interest at heart and that you care about them. Then they start to really embrace what you're trying to teach them. This summer, we developed a thing called Panthers, and each letter stands for something, and we break that down. So P is for process, the steps necessary to achieve excellence.
A is accountability.
And next play.
T, toughness.
H is happiness.
E is energy.
R, risk, step out into the unknown.
And S is selflessness.
And we go through that before every single game, that they understand this is what playing for Sewickley basketball means.
All of the principles that he teaches to help grow the kids as basketball players, he's doing it the same way on a personal level, because when it's all said and done, he believes the same thing I do, to create young men that are going to be very successful in life.
Always say, be where your feet are, because that's the only moment that you have, that moment in time.
If you live in the future, that's where anxiety comes. He says, we're trying to run this play, just think about that in that moment, and we can move on to the next thing.
Watching Coach Iuzzolino put into practice that concept of next play. Okay, we lost a game today, and we may feel defeated, but we need to move on. There's a next game to be played, and he was able to help those kids refocus themselves and start thinking about the next play.
You'll see when a kid gets down, you'll see another player walk up to him and say, yo, next play. And you're like, all right, well, they're starting to pick up what we're teaching them. And it's just so great to see the growth in that happen. I used to think you win or you lose. Now I think you win or you learn. And the guy who's willing to step out onto the unknown, despite what's on the other side of that, that's the guy who's successful. I remember we got down, I think, 19-5 against Greensburg Central Catholic. I called a timeout, and I looked at everybody and just said, we're fine. We're okay. We've been here before. 1 minute at a time. And, okay, we won minute 5. Now we're going to win minute 6. And it just kept snowballing. And I think that helped them develop the confidence.
Coach Iuzzolino is building a program that wins. But when I refer to winning, I'm not talking about just winning basketball games. It's a program that wins at developing young men. It wins at sending kids to great colleges. It wins at making young men be great leaders in society.
Iuzzolino always tells us basketball is mostly about not what happens to you, but how you respond from it and how you grow from that, because the ball's going to stop bouncing one day. It's important to understand that you want to take what you've learned from this and translate it to life.
I'll know that I did my job if in 3 to 5 years I see some of our kids come back that have faced some of the greatest adversities in life and overcame them to be successful.